What's his name? Person human. God. Oh my God. I knew it was coming too. Like, I don't even care, bro. This level's so bad. Finally. Alright. Well, attempts will be in the description. I don't know if I broke 20k. It's gonna be close, I think. I'm not quite sure. Well, let's talk. I started this level in April of 2022, which was like, frickin' what? That would have been after I'd beaten Halberd, I think. Either before or after I'd beaten Halberd. If it was before, no way. Even if I had stuck with this level, it would have taken me so long. I got 44, or I got, what, I think 39 and like 42 to 100 way back when I was first playing this level. And it was easy. Because that's the thing with this level. It is so easy to make progress in the second half of the level, but it is so difficult to be consistent. I was going to just beat this on the original copy and then shadow drop this, and I'm still gonna shadow drop the this completion, but it's like, I spent so long, and like, I'll show you. This was the note I was using, right? So I did 24 to 100 4 times and 17 to 100 2 times. I don't even want to know how many times I did 52 to 100 and 41 to 100 because I did those constantly. Like, every single time I booted up this level in this copy, I would do just G-Boy, then Etzer to 100, A-Sonic to 100, Crack to 100, Mishy to 100, and then sometimes I would do Vermilion's Ball to 100. Let me just talk about the parts really quickly if you don't know. Weo's part at the beginning, which is the first ship and then the straight fly, and I think the ball, all really easy. The hardest part is realistically the ball, which is, the only reason it's hard is because every time you get there, the last click, the click into Vermilion's ship, depending on where you hit that yellow pad, which is completely dependent on your click, which is basically just dependent on your clicks beforehand, depending on where you hit that yellow pad, changes how you have to do Vermilion ship. So Wio's part is like really easy. Realistically, you're going to be passing it every attempt. There's no reason you wouldn't. For some reason at the end there, I was dying to the straight fly like every fucking attempt, and then all of a sudden I locked in and just passed. I started passing in, I passed crack, and that was that. But yeah. Vermilion's part's really easy. For some reason, the ball never was like actually consistent for me. I would pass it a lot, but I wouldn't. At the same time, I would be really bad at passing it. It's really weird. I don't know. Vermilion's ball was like one of the hardest parts for some reason. The hardest parts for me to like consistently do. Then you get to Michi. What do I even say about Michigan? Sometimes you'll pass it every attempt. Other times you'll die to the first jump. Every attempt. And there's no in between. The UFO, like my thumbnail, because I already made the thumbnail, my thumbnail's a joke about how hard the UFO is. Realistically, sometimes, I think it's a good bet to say you'll either die to the straight fly or you'll die to the UFO, because the straight fly has a really awkward transition, and the UFO is just incredibly tight. It's one of the hardest parts in the level, in terms of raw, like it's 3 clicks long, and you're gonna die to it so many times. But whatever. And then if you pass the UFO, you get to the 3 triple spikes. You'll pass those like every attempt because they're easy. The wave, for some reason, I was never like actually consistent on. Finally, I found a click pattern that worked like 80% of the time, but I would still die there sometimes, and it was always frustrating because it's like, what was I supposed to do? The duel is easy, whatever. Evasium, I thought the whole part was really easy. One of my friends pointed out that the way I do the wave is really weird because I single click every time. I don't care. I mean, I don't know. It's just the way I learned it. It saves a single, like, it saves, what, 2 double clicks, I think? It makes it consistent. It lines up. I don't care. The UFO's easy. Except for the last, like, chain of pink orbs into Crack's part. Crack is definitely the most skill-based part by a pretty big margin, in my opinion. What I found myself dying to the most was just the transition into it, because the first swoop over the hill and then into, like, the first, like, part, I don't know, I died to that a lot. And then I also died a lot to the thing right after, I died a lot to the corridor straight fly, and then, like, the first, like, club step monster after the corridor fly. I don't know, it was weird. But whatever, Crack is extremely consistent for the most part. You'll get there, I mean, depending on how often you get there, you'll pass it pretty often. I think I had a positive pass ratio on Crack for a while. I probably got to about 50 by the time this was over, and then I started keeping track of my deaths. Starting with Asonic, I hate Asonic with a burning passion. Asonic is definitely one of the worst parts in this level, just because I don't get it. I don't get it. Every part felt so stupid. Starting off, I died to 52 twice, which is technically still part of Crack, but, like, I don't even care. 57, 58 is, like, some random-ass UFO clicks. 60 is, I think, the ball, like, the first ball click. 61, I think, is another ball click. 64, 65 is the spam. Whatever. It's stupid. I hate Asonic. It's the highest CPS in the level by a long shot, and it's just not fun. Whatever. You pass Asonic, you get to Havoc. Not Havoc. Etzer, sorry. Etzer, also very skill-based, but it's consistent for the most part. I died at the straight fly a singular time, and other than, like, the 80 straight fly, I died to it once. I think. 80... No, I never died to it. I did die to 71 because my window lost focus off camera. That was the most frustrating death I think I had. 75 times 2, I don't even know why I died there twice, but I got there. One is a new best, and one is just again before I passed it. And 77 times 2, whatever. And then you get to Havoc. Havoc's part is so easy. Like, you're not gonna die there. You really shouldn't die there ever. There might be a part in between the ball and Havoc's UFO, I don't really know. But, point is, Havoc, really easy. The wave's pretty easy. I died there once today. I missed the transition by, like, a little bit. Excuse me. And then you get to frickin' Giron's part. Giron sucks. I died to the pink orb once, and I died to the duel once. Those 2 parts are just so god-awful, and I don't know why they exist, but cool. You pass it, you pass the duel, which sucks, and you get to G-Boy. And G-Boy should be the easiest part, but for some reason under nerves, it is extremely scuffed. You saw my straight fly this attempt. My 95 straight fly was... I didn't even get into the straight fly. I just hit the first spike on the bottom. And then Riot is a single click, and if I had died there, it would have been over. So, yep, that's Bloodbath. This is my second hardest. It's not harder than Blade of Justice. It's just extremely frustrating and extremely hard to stay motivated. I personally found this... It was... I mean, the margin between Blade of Justice and this is not, like, huge or anything, but I definitely think that this was easier and significantly worse, so... Yeah, I hate this level so much. This is definitely the worst extreme I've beaten, and probably will be for a good while. This is so much worse than Innards. This was very quickly approaching ICDX territory, but it just kind of got to the point where I stopped caring, and I'm glad I got kind of numb to everything, but at the same time, holy hell, was this a pain in the ass. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah. I know I had a note for Fated Dream, but I don't really know if I'm going to beat that as a new hardest. I don't know what I'm doing next, honestly. I'm working my way up towards Lotus Flower by the end of 2026, so starting here was a pretty good spot. But, yeah. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Have a nice night. I don't know. I'll catch you around. Bye.